7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Otis, you crazy mother.
Going on, man? What up?
You know. Stage the mark. What's up?
What up?
What's good, man?
What up?
Goosen? What's good, man?
Much, man.
How was work?
Just drinking this $300 cognac here out of a pink
man,
cup.
that cup looks expensive, dude. It looked like it was like $150.
Yeah, no, I'm broke. It's it's water, so my voice doesn't crack while we do this. You ready to do this, man?
Okay, I'm not killing anybody. I'm not killing anybody. Just,
You live in the hood?
Yeah, my little one took over my phone, so you know how that goes. And it's just probably going to be making some surprise appearances, but
all right. So let's get into it, right?
What's good?
So it's a new podcast. We got a new podcast we're doing.
Yeah, what's the podcast called, man?
It's a real wrestling podcast. Wrestling's not fake. Wrestling's not fake at all.
It's real to me. Darn it.
Oh, yeah. It's a PG show.
It's a PG.
PG-13.
PG, all right.
Just clip.
Yeah.
We're going to, first and foremost, I want to give a special shout out. We're going to have some special guests on the show. Eventually, once we get up and running, target date is after SummerSlam, in case anybody just happens to be watching. And shout outs to, we're trying to hire Black Jesus. For those of y'all who watch BET Uncut, you can certainly understand.
I'm trying to kick it tonight. Oh.
So you could certainly understand where one of our major sponsors will be BET Uncut.
That's right. The return. Because that's how we do it. Bringing that baby back. But again, it's PG show, guys. PG.
Yeah. So, all right, first topic. Before we get into the draft, because we are going to go into a mock draft, and my show is going to be better than yours. So, just want to say, in the news, got a text on Tuesday.
You did.
Was it Tuesday? What day is it? Thursday? Or was it yesterday?
I think it was Tuesday. It was after Raw.
Day after Raw. You're right.
Right after Raw. I remember I was going about my day and we were just processing stuff, and then you were like, Dude. And I thought you was kidding, man. I thought you was just trolling me like you normally do. Not falling for it like the mark that I am.
So get the text. See online. Roman Reigns is suspended. 30 days. Suspended for 30 days for failing a drug test. Wellness test. That's what they call it, right? Is it a wellness test or drug test?
I believe it was a wellness policy. I didn't say it was drug. I don't know if it's separate or not, but I think they call it the wellness policy.
Okay. The wellness policy fails it for drugs. Suspended 30 days. Now, this guy was on top of the world, right? Like, this guy was supposed to be the next John Cena. And word is the WWE knew about it. So
allegedly.
Yeah. I mean, I personally thought he was going to lose the title at Money in the Bank anyways. But so okay. Tell me your thoughts, and I'll tell you mine. And what was the drug he failed with?
Okay. Well, it's kind of weird, man. I honestly, I don't think that, and I think the majority of us kind of feel this way. I think we knew, or they knew about the actual failure of it prior to the pay-per-view happening. And I think it was like a strategic 30-day announcement. It just happens to be right before Battleground actually happened. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, it could be drug related, but I mean, there was some also reports, and I think he even, clarify this, that it could have just been him failing his physical.
Yeah. So on the Steve Austin podcast, Hornswoggle said he couldn't piss, so he could be in a cup, and apparently that's a rule. If you can't, then they think, oh, well, you're trying to hide something if you're saying you can't pee in a cup.
Mhm.
So it's an automatic failure. So is he gonna?
I think he's gonna have to be a Battleground, man. There's
Well, how do you do a month's worth of television, hype up a triple threat with 2 people?
I mean, let's be honest, it's not the first time that a big card around Roman Reigns was like put together or built up without him actually being on there. I think he was gone 3 out of the 6 weeks during from Royal Rumble to was it Royal Rumble to WrestleMania or whatever the card was in between?
Fastlane. Remember
Fastlane or something
that's when they had all those wrestling pay-per-view shows named after it was Roadblock and Fastlane after speeding after roads hazards.
Kudos to the marketing guy on that one, man. Yeah, so I mean, it's not unheard of, especially with him. And honestly, I really want this guy to turn heel. I think like the majority of us, we want him to turn heel. So I think having him off the screen would do some help. But as for what I think it was, he doesn't really strike me as a guy who needs performance enhancers. And I know that kind of seems funny just because everyone sees how big he is, but I don't know, man. More than likely, probably with some type of smoking a peyote or something like that, or maybe taking a supplemental drink that maybe had something in it that tested negative. What about you? What do you think?
I don't think it was he's not a humongous guy. Wrestles with a shirt on, so he may even have a little bit of a gut for all we know. But I think it was probably more along the lines of because he's had some injuries. Take you out. What was he injured last? Was it October, right? For right before Seth Rollins. Remember he had?
Yeah, I think that was.
Oh, that's right. Well, he had his nose fixed, and then earlier this year he was out for a bit with an injury. So, right? What do you have for? That's why they were hiding him for a while. Did he have a bicep issue?
Wasn't that like the year before last? 2015, 2014?
Well, he's been he's been on the road a lot. He's been injured, and I think that remember Kurt Angle had the problem with painkillers. Taking a bunch of stuff you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
So you're on the road that much. You're supposed to be the stress of trying to be the face of the company. If I had to take a guess on the drug, I'd say painkillers. Because he doesn't come off to me as the dude who's going to smoke some weed or do coke, like party stuff, or I don't know. Just doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I don't think that it was any type of performance enhancer drug or supplement or anything like that. And they got this contract with Tap Out, and I'm pretty sure they're pretty stringent on that as well. So
yeah, I didn't even think about that.
So I don't know, man. You know what? Kudos to him for just owning up to it, and kudos to WWE for sticking by the guy. I still think it's kind of funny that Titus gets 90 days for tugging off screen to Mr. McMahon.
Yeah. Titus touches Mr. McMahon's arm and gets 90 days. Yeah, like at the end of some show. And well, I think it made it to the live Raw. That was the issue. Like literally oh, we'll see you next week. The little logo icon thing is in the bottom right-hand corner. And the Titus thing, either which way, it's pointless. Like I said, that's pretty harsh. Let's do 60 days. Hey, but Roman, if you want to do some crack, I'm going to have to suspend you 30 days. What is that? On top of that,
Titus should have just smoked that peyote, man.
Yeah. And you're telling me, so on top of that, Roman Reigns just, first off, if they knew about it beforehand, the WWE's hands are tied Because now, say they find out Friday, they can't cancel that main event Sunday.
That's true.
Can't. And then Monday comes, and I'm sure at Sunday at some point, they'd already known, all right, we're going to go with the Shield triple threat. So I think it'll be a great match. And then, like, they've just messed up what could have been last Sunday's main event, and then next month's main event is messed up.
Right.
So you have the main event of the show, the guy who's supposed to be the next John Cena, a drug test? Like, the only way to me that I would give him, that I would see him getting the benefit of the doubt, is if it was like the, remember we were talking about the tainted GNC products?
Yeah.
You go buy it from the local vitamin store.
Yep.
And ephedra and all that stuff is in it and stuff like that. So that to me is the only way. I mean, this is bad news. But Randy Orton's been popped what?
Yeah, I think it's about twice, if I'm not mistaken, or it might have been a little bit more since he got the reset.
Now, if you told me somebody like R-Truth failed a drug test, I'd be like, so? So?
I used to run with Tupac.
yeah, come on. If you figure, or if you told me, who was it? Chris Masters, the Masterpiece. Hey, this dude failed a drug test. Oh, wait. No, he did. He popped for high testosterone and stuff like that back in the day and lost all that weight and got ripped. So, but on a more important note, you know what time it is, right?
It's the time that we all been waiting for.
Oh, you see this? Well,
yeah.
I can't show you the front.
That's it.
It's magic.
Is it magic? I don't know. Tell the people what you got on the screen, since some of them are gonna be listening to this on a MP3 player on the way to work.
Yeah. So this is magic. It's like when Carlton in that episode, I don't know if you saw it, of the Fresh Prince, when Will gave him the Chictionary. And it started glowing gold. I feel the power.
Oh man,
that's what this is. So this is for our draft.
Okay.
So we are going to do Sage. Okay. You're going to take over SmackDown. I'll take over Raw. He chose SmackDown. We talked about this earlier before we started the show. With Raw, I get the first pick. We're going to pick 10 picks each. 10 picks.
10 picks.
I got a couple surprises on here. Not gonna lie.
I probably won't, man. It's I'm pretty sure the first 4 picks are going to be the most controversial between both of us. Probably more so me than anything else, but I'm kind of a wild card.
No.
But yeah, let's see what we got, and then we're gonna do what? Commentary, 3-man commentary. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was thinking.
Oh, go ahead.
Since commentary is kind of light, you think they're gonna have floaters, man?
I don't know, because Jerry the King just got arrested for that. I mean, and they let him go. It was nothing of it for him and his wife having probably a couple. No, actually, it was the police report said it was his wife that had some drinks, and he didn't want her getting behind the wheel. But it was nothing. I think it was just an argument.
I thought that was his girlfriend. I didn't think they were married. I think it's his girlfriend.
She's young. Either which way.
Yeah.
All right.
She's in her 20s or early 30s or something like that. But
they're not going to have floaters. And let me tell you why.
Okay.
They're not going to have floaters because you could take Corey Graves from NXT. We'll talk about this in a minute. We'll talk about that.
All right.
Okay.
Let's get this baby started, man. Let's see.
You think your picks are going to be controversial? You think your picks are going to be controversial? Well, you better. I hope you didn't pick Jack Swagger as number 1. That's all I'm saying.
Man, shoot, I'll give it to you, man. I'm picking the Nacho Man, and
I could still pick the Shockmaster, the Nacho Man. Yeah, those are my picks. Raven's still around, right? No, we're talking WWE.
So let's get this on, man. Let's go.
Okay.
What you got for Raw? Who's your number 1 pick in the 2016 Brand Extension for Raw? What you got, Ben Goosen? What you got?
The very first pick. Got to say, I'm hungry on this one.
Oh, man.
It is the all-new Mac and Cheetos.
You're getting that ride back, son, aren't you? You're gonna get that ride back, aren't you, son?
It's mac and Cheetos from Burger King. Hate to go off topic, but tell me you heard about that.
I haven't, man.
Yo,
enlighten.
Burger King. I saw this, I think, online or somewhere, and then I heard about it on the radio. Burger King, who we are no way sponsored by. I'm just saying this.
At least not yet. You know, we're still taking the applications.
Yeah. So Burger King has, for this summer, it has mac and Cheetos, and it's a Cheeto stuffed with mac and cheese.
A Cheeto stuffed with mac and cheese. How big is this Cheeto? Oh man.
Yeah, it's.
And they're gonna charge like what, $3.99, $4.99 for something like that?
Yeah, you probably get like 8 Cheetos for $5. Why would you have? Who came? What? Who? It had to have been a pothead. Who would come up with like, man, Burger King, you want to outdo McDonald's? You need to come up with them mac and Cheetos. That's where the money's at.
Yo, the king is crazy, man. That king is crazy.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I went off topic, but that's what we do, man. The IRWP is all about.
Who's listening?
That's
to
what
this
it's all about,
man. It's just between me and you. Who's listening to this?
Ooh.
Ooh.
All right. No, my first pick's not the New Day. The first pick that I have who is the top draw just about every show he's on. He never loses and always kicks out at 2. I'm going with John Cena as my number 1 pick.
I ain't even mad at you, son. I'm not even mad at you.
He's not young by any means, but I mean, he knows how to control the crowd. He gets a reaction. He's popular and he can go in the ring. All right, when he needs to go, he can go.
I'm with you.
So, who do you got?
All right. So, my person is also a top draw. Now, just kind of preface this, man. So, I'm envisioning SmackDown to be kind of the upper echelon of NXT. So, okay, kind of giving you the heads up. It's
wrestling based.
Yeah, it's going to be more of a wrestling, and that's one of the things I liked about SmackDown to begin with, is it was more wrestling focused and less of a storyline driven. And I'm hoping that, and this is during the time when Daniel Bryan used to like always be on SmackDown, and it's just kind of one great matches, man. One of my favorite matches, Fandango versus CM Punk on SmackDown. One of the best matches you would ever see. And I know, man, it sounds kind of weird, but that match was like, it was amazing. It was all kinds of amazing. But anyhow, I digress.
You're sponsored by Fandango. That's why you're not wearing sleeves.
He's gonna be my number 9 pick, baby. Number 9.
Wentworth number 1. Had a hell of a match on SmackDown 4 years ago.
You know, I gotta go with the boss.
Sasha Banks. Wow.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna tell you why, man. Sasha Banks is a top draw. How many times have we listened to an unedited Raw during each match from beginning to end, where the chants are just going, we want Sasha, we want Sasha, we want Sasha. There's so many possibilities with Sasha, not just from a one-on-one competition kind of thing. She's great on commentary, in my opinion. And you know, you could also heal her up or put her up with them as a manager, and she can be talking that lip on the outside. So she's got the total package to me, man.
Good pick.
Sasha Banks, number 1, SmackDown.
All right, good pick. I had her on my list, but she was further down the list. She was like my number 8, maybe even my number 18. She was probably next down there with Gold Dust for me. So, no, I'm kidding.
Such a troll, man. I'm gonna get those glasses, son.
So my number 2 pick And I'm happy I got this. So I have a question. AJ come with the club.
Oh man.
An official thing.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, we're not splitting up teams, right?
Yeah,
So
we're
you
not
can't
splitting
split
up. Yeah, we're not splitting up teams.
So that's
Um,
if he's by himself, I got AJ. If he's not, I got the club.
yeah, man, it's going to be interesting just because I don't think that you can split up the club at this juncture of their career, because I think that there are certain elements that have yet to be realized that will be
Correct.
after SummerSlam, and it's going to
Yes.
involve that storyline heavily. So I say club comes as a package.
All right, I got the club.
Okay.
Second pick, I got the club.
Fair
Who do you
enough.
got?
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Man, that's tough, man. You know, the only person that's logical for this number 2 spot is the man. I mean, he literally carried carried WWE on his back for the better half of a year and a half. I truly believe that had he not been out with an injury, that he would still, be on. His career would still have been blossoming. So I'm gonna go with my man Kane. So why you laughing, son? Why you laughing? Nah.
You got to show. You gotta have a good show.
We gonna make bukus, man.
Yeah. That mask is gonna sell. Trust me.
Gonna sell, son. No, seriously though. Seth effing Rollins.
That's a good pick, especially if you're going for a wrestling show.
Yeah, definitely. Seth is, like I said, he's got the total package. He's got the great mic skills. We have yet to fully realize him as a baby face, but it's coming. We all know it's coming, and we all know we're gonna love it. So, Seth effing Rollins.
Next time we do this podcast, do me a favor.
Yeah, man.
I want you to get a bottle of water. And I want you to come with the greasiest hair. The wettest, greasiest hair. Your beard all wet. So you can go with the Seth Rollins look. Homeboy came out, the day after he came back in that black suit?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good God. Good God.
I'll do this, man. How about we do this? How about we do this, man? I don't mind coming all slicked and wet with my hair down, but I don't think anybody would want to see that. But what I think they would want to see is me pulling my hair down in a perm. I can do that, wet and everything, with the hair.
All right,
but we need to get
how long is your hair?
Some traction here, man. I mean, it can't.
Yeah.
It's gonna be weird if it's just us watching. You know what I mean?
We end up having subscribers and all that stuff on YouTube. You have to perm your hair. You know what? If I had the app downloaded right now, I'd put up a picture of the man, Cat Williams, and I would want your hair to be permed. You know, Cat.
Yeah, like it's all parted.
Nice and straight. Yeah. I want you, and and shave your beard into those like tight lines and stuff that he has on his nose, like on the side and stuff.
Okay.
And rock that Cat Williams. I'll go with the thing I got going.
Okay.
Yeah, shave off.
So how many subscribers are we talking about here, man? It's got to be what kind of subscriber numbers are we talking about here to do this whole perm thing and this Jerry curl that you're going to pull off?
I don't know. I don't even know what's a lot of subscribers these days. 500.
500. Okay.
Yeah, if we could pull off 500 pretty quick.
500. All right, sounds good, man. 500. Gonna relax the hair. I'm gonna pull off a Seth Rollins entrance.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get that all white suit, baby. That all white suit.
Yo, we'll do that.
Okay, that's gonna be awesome, man.
So my number 3 pick.
Back to business.
He's a good man. So he is. I think this is a good pick because you said you're going for a wrestling product for entertainment and sponsorships and promos, pay the media to watch my show.
Okay.
So it pretty much sounds like I'm booking Raw in real life and you're booking SmackDown in real life anyways, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm going to go with the man. Brock!
Oh, man. Not mad with you on that one, man. Definitely not mad at you. Just
You forget about him?
I mean, he's going to fight once a quarter, man. I mean, you really going to have a good wrestling product with him coming once a quarter? I think he would have been like a number 7 or 8 pick at least.
Well,
the very minimum, very maximum. I don't know.
If he gets smashed at UFC 200, then my 3rd pick might be blown. I mean, those two. So all right, let me.
That's interesting, man. Yeah, let's talk about that. Let me pose a question to you, man, since he's your guy now. For your storyline, would you rather him win against Mark Hunt or lose against Mark Hunt, and why?
So, personally, and I'm a UFC fan, I think he's going to lose. And if he, and we were talking just wrestling storyline,
Correct.
Right? Because I think if he beats Mark Hunt, he's going to stick around the UFC for a bit. So I'd rather have him win in those old, beat downs that he gave Heath Herring and Frank Muir and the win over Randy Couture back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd rather have him win because at the end of the day, I don't care if he's fighting for UFC this one time or a million times. It's WWE.
Right.
So if he wins, matter of fact, he doesn't even need to fight once a quarter. He just needs to fight once every 5-6 months. He needs to fight at WrestleMania, Survivor Series. I don't want to see him in the Royal Rumble. WrestleMania, Survivor Series, and SummerSlam, and that's it. Play a couple Raws, so I'd rather have him win. If he loses, then maybe he comes back and beats a bunch of people up to say, "Oh, he's mad because he lost in the UFC or something." That back.
Yeah, I think these storylines will be interesting either way, and I think that the writers will have their they'll have the work cut out for them. They can, if he wins, you can book him as the ultimate beast.
Yeah.
Maybe even have like 2-on-1 matches, which I haven't seen that kind of match in a while. Haven't seen a Bedlam match in a while. That would be pretty interesting against Brock Lesnar. So
War Games.
Yeah.
War Games featuring Brock Lesnar.
You know me, man. You getting me all chilly. I love War Games, man. That would be. Yeah, there's going to be interesting, man. I cannot wait until the 5th of July. It's going to be one hell of a card. And did you know that thing was going to be 5 or 6 hours long? It starts at 5.
What? UFC?
Yes.
Believe it. I was looking at the card. There's on the main card,
10
there's
fights?
8. Yeah.
Man.
There's 1, 2, 3 title fights and a bunch of solid undercard. Yeah, it's going to be a good card.
Yeah,
I know that when Brock just got added as the co-main event. So could you imagine, all right, say if John Jones was not fighting Daniel Cormier, and it was still Conor McGregor on that card. Conor McGregor and Brock Lesnar on the same card on UFC.
Yeah, man.
They'd do 2 million pay-per-view buys.
Easily.
And then they could save another big UFC card to have the debut of CM Punk And even though he may lose, that fight's probably going to suck. Then they could also have the return of Rousey on that same card.
That's true.
And then they'll have Jones and Cormier on that same card. And then boom, you're done.
It's definitely gonna be interesting for UFC, especially under this new ownership. Hopefully it's gonna be for the better. Cards have been pretty stale for the past couple of months. So I think that they're gonna have some potential, but I digress, man. Let's get into
Speaking of sales,
the number.
I don't even have a bridge for that one. Who's your third pick? Yeah, speaking of sales, I don't know what I'm talking about.
we ain't at that level yet, man. We ain't at that level yet.
No, wait till we do this podcast. I'm down in Steve Weiser's.
Steve Weiser. Maybe you can do a little Steve Weiser thing, and maybe Stone Cold give us a shout out like he did Kevin Love. And shout out to my Cleveland Cavaliers for making that. Love you guys. Love you guys.
Shout out to my Bulls for trading away Derrick Rose and giving up this next season. All right, I'm depressed. Who's your third pick?
Yeah. Man, this one is kind of tough, man. If there's Sasha, you can't have Sasha without the New Day, man. You can't.
Ooh.
It's very close with my potential number 4 if you don't pick them up. But yeah, the New Day, they're red hot right now. Tag team division is really, really hot. I venture to think that SmackDown is going to be very tag team heavy, and with the New Day, you can kind of mix and match them up.
They can go singles too.
Yeah, definitely, exactly. And gosh, a lot of potential. So I'm gonna go with the New Day as my number 3 pick.
So you have Sasha Banks and the New Day. Pretty sure your 4th pick.
Sasha Banks, the New Day, and Seth Rollins.
So with you having Sasha Banks and the New Day, I'm pretty sure your 4th pick is my man Black Neville. I see exactly what you're doing here.
The man, the gravity, and the world forgot.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, wait. You said Black Neville. Never mind.
Yeah. No,
the man that gravity cannot get to stop smiling.
Yeah. Dude, the man who smiles an entire match.
Bless his heart, man.
Sorry. And then
I like that guy. I wish he could just do. They need to do something with him.
Yeah, they'll figure something out.
Yeah.
I mean, at least he's a face since he smiles a lot.
This is true.
And doesn't sell. He's the only man I've seen that gets a butt whooping back, gets his butt kicked backstage for the smile. Comes down the entrance ramp for the smile, and then wins a match. Oh no, he lost to Jericho. I'm sorry, but he's the only man I know that gets beat up. It comes out and it's like, no, I'm straight. Don't worry about it.
We got this. We G's, man. We
yeah.
Quick question, man. Black Neville or Ahmed Johnson?
Johnson, a Crip, a Blood? No, he was a Blood, right?
I couldn't testify to that, man.
I thought I read an article that he was in the Bloods, but nah, I'd go Black Neville for sure.
Okay. Oh man, that pump handle slam was pretty amazing, man. But I'm not too much of a heavyweight kind of guy. I like my cruiser weights, and he would fit in the cruiserweight area. So
who would you rather have a conversation with? If you talk to Black Neville, you would think you're the funniest man in the world.
You know,
if you talk to Ahmed Johnson, you're not going to understand a damn thing he says.
Well, I mean, Ahmed looked like he liked to eat, and so do I. So, you know, we might have something in common to talk about.
All right, my next pick. I think this is my 4th pick.
Yep.
I'm actually doing pretty good.
Yes, you
My
are.
list is going good. Going straight down my list. I already got my top. With this pick, I've got my official top 4. The 4 people I had in order, and it's Kevin Owens. This man is he's a troll.
Yeah.
He's good on the mic. He's funny. Super talented in the ring. And he's a draw. He's a draw with the smarks. Kids hate him. I'm sure the ladies love him. But he's a draw. He's definitely one of my favorite wrestlers. What about you? Who do you have it for?
Yeah, Kevin Owens was a great pick, man. I probably would have picked him up 5th behind the Wyatts. So,
Dang.
Yeah, I think there's a great potential between the Wyatts. Wyatts and Seth Rollins hasn't been done yet outside of the Shield, so that would be pretty interesting. See where the New Day and the Wyatts go. They just need to get healthy and they need to stay healthy. That's the only problem with them. So
yeah,
the Wyatts will be my number 4.
There are a couple of big wins. The Wyatts are a couple of big wins from being really good, really over. I mean, because he beat Daniel Bryan. I think he's had a couple of big wins here and there, but yeah, a couple of solid wins by Bray, and maybe back up top in no time.
Sure.
All right, you said you had the New Day already, right? What were they, your 3rd pick?
Number 5.
Okay, you ready? I'm on my 5th. Ooh, so I'm gonna go with current champion.
Oh man. Oh, that's a good pick, man. Real quick. Yeah, I probably would have picked him up next too.
Who do you have at
5? So for number 5, and this is probably not likely to happen just because you've got the club. And for continuity purposes, I think that they'll both be together. But I would really like to see Finn Balor on a SmackDown roster, man. I know it's going to be tough because, Raw is the flagship. But if you really want to get SmackDown up and rolling, there's no bigger anticipation than Finn Balor right now. And
international store too.
Yeah, definitely. So he's going to be my number 5th pick, Finn Balor.
All right. So my next pick. So I need somebody to fight Gallows and Anderson in the club.
Okay.
And these 2 dudes.
No, man, no.
are by far, second to the New Day, the most over tag team in wrestling. And I'm a sucker for anybody who comes out and fights every week in some Jordans. 3 weeks in a row, he had the Flu Game 12s, Columbia 11s, break OVOs, which are like, maybe he's getting them off the streets. I don't know, because he's got some rare Jordans. So I got to go with Enzo and Big Cass.
All day.
Enzo and Big Cass.
Yeah, that's a damn good pick, man. Enzo and Cass. Damn. Good pick, man. Good pick. That's actually going to be my next one too. So, okay. So my next pick, Sasha needs somebody to feud with, man. Oh man.
That sounds a lot like the Goldust pick. I heard you just took a sigh.
Another bold prediction. I'm gonna have to go with yeah. My girl. It's Bailey.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say Bailey. Good pick.
She's coming to.
She was on my list.
Yeah, she's coming to SmackDown, man. It's gonna be close, man.
Yeah.
Cool. What you got? It's number 6.
This one's easy for me.
Number 7.
Yeah, this is 7. So this one's easy for me. Don't know how well he's going gonna do when he makes it to the main roster. But I got to go Shinsuke Nakamura.
That was gonna be my next pick, man. That's a good pickup.
I'm a mark for Shinsuke. I intentionally, so when he signed, I intentionally didn't watch his matches because, I mean, it's not hard to find him on YouTube. I intentionally didn't watch his matches because I thought, you know what, I kind of want to be caught off guard, see what this guy has to offer. His entrance is good, his song's good, and I'm a fan of the strong style, man. Gotta admit,
man.
It's stiff working, but it's stiff, but it's gotta hurt. And I'm a fan.
Yeah, that was a good pickup, man. Yeah, damn good pickup.
Who you got?
Yeah,
we're on 7.
Let's see. Number 7. I think I'm gonna pick one more lady for my roster. And I think Nia Jax is getting up there where she can handle the women's division on her own there in NXT. So having the champion vacate the belt and come up, I think is going to be a good thing. Like you and Shinsuke Nakamura, I do have some reserves of how she will be receptive or received on TV. But I think that if they don't censor her neurotic movements, I think that she'll do just fine.
Yeah.
So
yeah, she's
Asuka.
good.
Gotta take Asuka.
Oh, you went with Asuka, not Nia Jax.
No, man. Nia Jax, she's still. I love Nia, and when you
said Nia Jax to start
in NXT, she's definitely going to be up there in SmackDown. She's going to be a monster heel, but you can't take one of the strongest women in your program and not supplement her with someone else who is equally strong. And I think Nia Jax is equally strong. She's a monster heel.
Wait.
Versus the other ladies.
You just said Nia Jax.
Right. So Nia Jax is going to beat Asuka for the title. So Asuka will drop the title to Nia Jax, and then Asuka will be she'll be called up to the main roster to SmackDown is what I'm predicting.
So your pick is Asuka.
My pick is Asuka. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go in a big old circle, but you know how I like to explain things.
Yeah, no. All right, my 8th pick. Dude, just awesome. I got to go with Rusev. And he comes with Lana. So I'll go with Rusev.
That's a good pick, man. Yeah, that's definitely a good pick. I wanted to get Rusev next as well. So, Asuka.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All
right. So
we got 2 more left.
Yeah, number 8. So for me, number 8 would probably be it's gonna be kind of hard because now we have most of the independent. No, I'm actually gonna go with the man that gravity forgot. I think that he's on his he's pretty close to full recovery, and we'll have some interesting matches. I think that he'll finally get the spotlight that he deserved. They never really truly got because of creative. I'm guessing WWE. This is just my opinion. Don't dress this dude up like Mighty Mouse, please. Let the dude do what he's done in the independent circuit and wrestle. Neville, my pick.
That's right. I would choose. Why did you choose Black Neville then?
Smile too damn much, man. Yeah.
All right, I can see that. All right. So my 9th pick and I'll make it quick. I'm gonna go with Sami Zayn. I need a good talented mid-card wrestler on my roster.
Yeah, good pick. I definitely agree that he belongs wherever Kevin Owens is. That's kind of the reason why I didn't pick him up, man. It really wouldn't have made sense with the type of format that I'm really going for. So, good pick, man. Good pick.
All right. What about you?
All right. So number 9 for me. I will have to go with oh man. I'll go with Samoa Joe. It's time for him to get called
I forgot
up.
all about him.
Yeah,
I forgot all about him.
It's time for him to get called up. He never really belonged in NXT to begin with.
Yeah.
I think the only reason why they had them there is that they didn't want to call too many people up at once on the main roster, not have enough storyline.
They needed some veteran presence in NXT.
Definitely, and I think that with the draft, it's going to help. Like, it'll help relieve, or it'll help give them the spotlight that they truly deserve. So, Samoa Joe.
All right, to my last pick. Easy one. Stupid idiot. And he can play the heel and the face, and he's a veteran. And who do you got? Your last pick of the night.
Okay, so just want to clarify to make sure that I got it right because you were cutting in and out a little bit there. So you are getting the Ayatollah of Rockarola. You hear me?
Jericho.
Chris Jericho. Okay, perfect. Okay, so
yeah. Can you hear me?
I
probably got a little bit of.
You're good, man. You're good. Okay, for me, I am gonna go with Fandango as my last pick.
Who was your last pick? We had a little bit of a lag, a little bit of a bad connection.
A little bit of lag. Sorry about that. Fandango.
Sold.
Yeah, man. I mean, that guy's ringtone. I would have a shirt if he had one. He beat Chris Jericho at WrestleMania. Chris Fandango. So
how about this? In the interest of time, tell me if you could have your perfect commentary team, and I'm pretty sure we may even have differences of opinion here. Show that you just drafted all these guys on.
Yep.
Instead of doing a draft, who would your 3 guys be and why?
Number 1 is my man Ronaldo. That dude is just amazing on SmackDown, and he's made it a different product totally. So he's going to definitely be in my number 1. Number 2, Corey Graves. Excellent heel. Excellent heel. Commentary. So, and he knows his stuff. I mean, he really knows his stuff. So I really enjoy him. Although Corey, I say I love you, man, but those digs that you was giving Emma, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that was great.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that was
good. Didn't care for that at all, buddy. But and then number 3, I like Tom Phillips, man. I know that's probably it won't happen, but I love Tom Phillips, man. Him and Corey bounce off each other very well. I don't think that there's anyone else in the commentary besides those 3 that could potentially mesh very well. He could certainly play a neutral guy. So those are my 3, man. Ronaldo, Corey Graves, and Tom Phillips. What about you? What do you think, Ben?
I'd go Ronaldo. Sure. He's somebody I need to call the match. All the moves, all the play-by-play. This move's happening. This is my perfect. So I got all on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Guy, I go with McDonald. Because I think he could play if he went straight heel out of the heel wrestler.
Mhm.
Love to have seen Roman was kind of a heel, kind of a face, but he makes heel comments. Like on Raw, when all those guys were saying he can't wrestle, he told all the people there pretty much to shut up and drink your beer.
Yeah.
I would have loved for JBL to say, ha ha. Tell him like it is. That's what Roman Reigns should be doing. That's Roman. That's
We love you.
That's what
God bless you and nobody.
Yes. That's what I wanted to see. That's what I wanted to see from heel JBL. Ace. Face. Tough. Just a true face. Just to take the side of the good guys. Who's on SmackDown? No, I'd probably go Tom Phillips. Is it Tom or Todd?
Tom.
Yeah, I'd probably go him. And that's because as a face commentator, passion, and he's got kind of a clean look to him.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a face. If he was a wrestler, he looks like a face anyways.
Definitely.
So,
when he butchers, and I don't know if it's a work or not, but when he butchers calls and stuff like that, it seems like he genuinely doesn't know.
Unlike his counterpart.
Yeah, exactly. But it's kind of like it's a fun kind of I don't know, you correct me kind of thing, and I like that with Tom, man. And so I get you, man. He's gonna be something special, man. He'll definitely him and Corey, they're gonna be special, man. So that's good, man. So before we wrap this thing up, man, probably one of the biggest debates with this whole draft thing. And I like the fact that neither one of us picked Roman Reigns. Anyhow.
Or Randy Orton. Whatever happened to either one of those guys?
Yeah, man. Yeah, this is the new era. The new era.
Yeah.
So what do you got? What do you think? What's your predictions about the titles, man? How's that gonna work?
One title, one heavyweight title. I think this is what I'd love to see. I wish they would do it. You have one title. One, that's it. You float between two shows. That's not that hard. You have the U.S. You have one women's champion, but she does not float. A U.S. champion and intercontinental champion. The tag team champions float between both shows. Back the cruiserweight division. That way, one show, probably Raw, women's division. The other show has the cruiserweight division. And then I don't care where the U.S. and intercontinental title go because one show will have one of each. But that way there's something unique about each show. So watch one show and think, you know what, I really like watching the women's division, so I'll watch this show.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other show you could think, man, these cruiserweights, which help carry WCW, be on another show. So you'll just have kind of diversity in the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
With you getting rid of with you having absolutely zero cruiserweights on, say the women are on Raw, cruiserweights on SmackDown. Mm-hmm. With you having zero cruiserweights on Raw, that's one more women's match they could have. And then you wouldn't have the whole, chunk of guys that are fighting for the U.S. title. So there's more room for tag teams to flourish. There's more time on TV for tag teams to flourish and for women.
Okay.
What about you?
First and foremost, they need to abolish or retire the United States title. I love Rusev, but they need to get rid of that title, period. They need to bring back the TV title and use it the way that it was meant to be used for, where it is always defended by the champion. That's what the TV title was used for. So that's first and foremost. I'm not too much of a fan of having double belts. So 2 world titles and 2 intercontinental titles and things of that nature. So I think there should be 1 WWE title. I think that the champion does not float. However, the other product or the other team, so Raw has a title, SmackDown doesn't. They have a number 1 contender match to challenge the champion at the next pay-per-view. So,
So you basically
that's how
switch. So this month Raw gets the title shot. Next month SmackDown gets a title shot.
Correct. Or maybe every other pay-per-view they get to fight for the title. So that way you can still have a storyline with the champion on your main product. And then on your secondary product, they can fight for the belt, change championships. That way, because the viewers are going to go where the title goes, unfortunately. It shouldn't ever be like that, but unfortunately that's the way people are.
I agree. I think that every other it doesn't have to be this specific, but I definitely think that I see what you mean. I think like at one pay-per-view, somebody from Raw should be fighting for the title. And then the next one, somebody from SmackDown. Or 5 pay-per-views where somebody from Raw is fighting for a title. And these SmackDown dudes are never going to win anything.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I see. I agree. I agree. I
think it'll be interesting. It's something new. It's something that hasn't really been done. It's kind of a hybrid between TNA's old point system that they used to have, and it'd be something new. They can figure out how to make the logistics of it work. But yeah, for me, I just want to make sure, I want to make sure they have the TV title on there. Championship belt should not float between programs. And I don't know about the women's title, man. Like, you don't have enough women on the roster right now to have to not have that belt float, unfortunately. So I don't know with that one, man. That one's gonna be a work in progress. But by all means, don't bring back that damn Divas belt because we don't need it.
No, that belt's trash. Definitely agree with you there. All right, man. We're done.
Yeah, man. That was good.
Well, we'll try to get these things up every week.
Yeah.
If we do, we do. Don't really care about what anybody else thinks. So it works out well for everybody.
Who listens to this anyways, right? I wouldn't.
All right,
I wouldn't listen to it.
I can't stand listening to myself. I even showed up. I tried to have a clone of me show up, like a CGI version of myself show up.
The government's not supposed to know that you have that technology yet.
Yeah. All right, my man. I'm out.
All right, man. The mark.
All right, I'm out.